Hi guys, this is third video in our playlist where we in the previous video we have talked about the HTML and the second video was about CSS. This is the third video which will cover JavaScript part 1. We will be covering the basics of how we define variable here, how do we print anything, and some DOM manipulation. And then we will go for the next video. So there we will be looking for JavaScript part 2. So let's start. I have created one repo for this series, placement series. I have listed this playlist in other two videos also, and I will be keep following that practice that okay, if you go in JavaScript then you will find basics and all other things. So currently I have renamed this folder that one vars, so this will be in order when you will be accessing the code. So currently let's go in this one vars folder. We will define a new file and we will name it demo.js. So JS is the JavaScript extension. If suppose we want to go for, okay, so now we will be printing hello world and just save this. Here we will run node and okay, first we need to go inside the folder. So we are currently in placement series and this is the placement series and we need to go inside JavaScript. So we will do cd JavaScript enter. So cd is used for changing the directory. Currently I'm in JavaScript. Now I need to go inside one dash vas. So I'm inside that. Now I will do node demo.js. So it prints hello world. Okay, so this is one line of program in JavaScript language which prints whatever we write inside this. So if we write hello world, I am Lokesh Jha, and again if we run node demo.js, so it will print that of yeah. So this was the console.log. So we use console.log to print anything. Now we have variables. So first we need to understand what is variables. So let's suppose you know that okay, our computer have RAM and ROM to store so memories. So this RAM stores volatilely. It's a volatile memory and it's persist the information. So whenever we restart our computer, so this whatever data here it is present, whatever data we have in row that will be present whenever we restart also it will be persisted there. But for RAM, whenever we restart, so the memory goes away. So how these data are stored? So and how we access these? So what happens in a program if you want to write that okay, you are Lokesh and your address is 123, then how we will store that a person named Lokesh have an address of 123? So we need to have we need to have a memory. Okay, let's go for first demo that how let's go for demo that how we store it. So let's suppose you write let name equals Lokesh. Okay, and you just print this console.log name. Okay, and you did this. So here you find that okay, Lokesh is printed. Okay, now let's suppose I have not written anything here. I am writing like this. So here you see what happened is it is written undefined and then name value is Lokesh. So in simple words, if we want to see what happening here is this. So this is a variable name. So when we write this line, let name, so JavaScript knows that okay, I need to reserve a memory where I will be keeping some value and let's keep the address in name. So now name knows where this block is reserved. Okay, so it's kind of that okay, you have a train and you wanted to go somewhere, so you have booked a ticket. You are not currently sitting here, but if let's suppose it is like kind of B2 number of seat, B264, and this address is known to you by the ticket information, so you have the address of the seat. So whenever you will sit on the train, so you know that where you want to sit. Or let's suppose if you have ordered anything, Zomato also delivers in train, so Zomato or Domino's or anyone will know that okay, where you will be, so they can just directly come and they can deliver you. So this seat's address is known to the user. Similarly, this name is nothing but it's kind of a place value which has the address of memory location. So now the memory location is empty and name is pointing to that. Currently it is not defined, so that's why it is saying undefined. So we have not defined anything like name equals or something or anything. So that's why console.name gives that okay, it is undefined. We have not defined anything. But here when we define the value that okay, name is equals to locase. So now if we print console.log, then we see that okay, name is printed as locase. Now you want to change the name. You want to change that okay, Ravi will be going to sit on the sit on the seat. I've cancelled my ticket, and Ravi will be the new passenger who will be sitting on the train. So I have made that way. And now if we see new value and I print name, so here you see that okay, new value is Ravi. Okay, so if we write this same statement again, that okay, name equals to Ravi, then the value of this variable changes. So what happened? First, one memory block was booked and its address was given to name. And where this name resides, this is in context of JavaScript code. So now JavaScript allotted a memory to name. In the second line, we kept one value as locase and we printed it. So we got that okay, our name is locase. Okay, nice. Now we want to update this value. We remove this value and now it is Ravi. So again, this is pointing to that address only. Now the value is updated and name will print Ravi. Later in the code anywhere, if we print or use name, we will get Ravi. Else, like if we have not updated it again, so we will be getting this Ravi again. So this is how a memory will have, or we store a value or anything in JavaScript. So there is like three kind of ways we defined a variable. First is var, then the other is let, and another one is const. So initially when JavaScript was created, it was var, which was used only to define the variables. Later, let and const came. So how var was defined, that same way, that var kind of color equals to like red, and similarly let height equals, let's suppose 125, and if we go for constant, something like floor is equals 22. Okay, now we see the difference, that now we have defined the var, let, const. So there is a very important concept behind this var, let, and const we will be looking for in the forward continued video. So currently you just need to understand that there is three ways to define a variable, which is var, let, const. And by the name, we can go that okay, if we want to change the value of color to as yellow, that is okay. If we want to change the height as 33, so that is okay. If we want to change the height of floor 33, it seems okay. But when we run this, we get that assignment to constant variable. So if a variable is defined constant, the value we have assigned to it will not change. So it is not constrained by any memory or something. It is constrained by JavaScript, that okay, if we define any variable with constants, then the value will not change. But here the values can change. Also, the type can also change. If we write something like console.log height, again we write height equals to kind of string that's so high, we again print it and save, comment this one and print. So you see it is printing so high, it is printing 33, and you see that okay, height is 33 as number. This is common logic that okay, it is height as 33 and it is height as a string. So what we have seen right now, let's have a kind of revision here, that JavaScript variable definition, okay, could be of three types. It could be of three types. First is var, second is let, another is constant. So for var, we can change the value, or we can change the type as whatever data type is there. Similarly, here we can change the value, we can change the data type. Here we cannot change the value and cannot, of course, change the data type. So here, once what is defined, it is defined. We can't change the value, we can't change the data type. Now, let's. So it is very different kind of thing. So we have var let constant. So initially, what we had was var. Then later on in ECMAScript 2025, it was updated to add let and const. So of course you will know that okay, why we add new type if we have anything, because of some flaws. So it has some issues while we are writing code. So we will see this later. Now let's see. Okay, I will create a very separate video on let, const and var, because that is important. So we will cover in next video probably. Currently we will see how the DOM manipulation happens in through the JavaScript. First let's cover what is DOM. So in the HTML, I have multiple times explained that HTML have kind of tree structure. So whatever as a branch, so we can just say that it is a tree kind of thing. So HTML has head, then we have title, those things kind of, and here we have body. Here we can have something like h1, or if we go for div, then we can have like section or something. So it happens like to have kind of tree kind of structure. So this is called DOM. Design this. So I have made some changes and now the code look like this. So I have updated this code in GitHub also. You can take a look on that. So let's suppose we have this HTML plus CSS code, which is having a skeleton and kind of design, but it is not working. It doesn't have any functionality. It is not kind of having a soul. Let's make it functional using the JavaScript. So first thing is here, what I did is right clicked, inspect, and this opened. Okay, we have console here. So first let's see, this is the console where we can run JavaScript. So if we write here like console.log hello world and close this and enter. Oh, because of the nice mistake, console enter hello world. Okay, now let's see what we can do here. If we write document, then see, if I just wrote document and there is an auto selection in document, if I just click on tab, as you can see here, it is written tab. Okay, so if I click on tab, this document is there and this is totally blue in color. So this document references to the whole page here. If I click on document dot, then it comes like location, active element, or these things. See, active element. So these options are coming. There is a busy color also. Let's see what happens if I do busy color equals blue. See, so it so you can control the Java, like the web page through this console. And however, this is not permanent, it is just visually visible to you only. And you can do changes like this. If we want to again revert this white, then again it is in white code. Okay, now we will doing some changes from the code. So let's switch to, we have seen this here. I will comment cannot change the value of constant variable. Then here in we will do index.js. Okay, now if we want to grab this send button here in JavaScript, so we can do like constant button equals document. Document is the whole page. If you again see, this document is the whole page dot. When we do query selector, it is for very specific part of code of a HTML element that we want to pick. If we go here and we write button, so it fetches all the buttons. So if you want to see, we currently we got this button. Say if I highlight this, we have this button. If we want to do button dot click, so it does that. Actually it refreshes, so that's why this went, and now it is gone. So when this page refreshes, everything you saved is gone. Okay, now we see that okay, this is constant, a type, or no, not a type, a keyword which is used to define a variable, be anything x, y, z, but we have chosen button as the variable name. Now this part, document. So this is the whole page what we see in HTML. This left page is whole as document. Now we have query selector. So this is for selecting element, and we have chosen the element button. So any button, currently we had only one button, that's why we have one button here. So it was okay to do this way, otherwise we would go on for ID. So we are writing here button, and button will be responsible when we have multiple buttons again and again. It might be used in some other purpose, and this whole page has multiple buttons. So when we write this, it picks the first button, whatever he gets. It gets whatever it gets. So document.querySelector gets the button and it puts in this button. So if we write button, so it prints the whole HTML tag, and if we write button.click, so JavaScript goes and click this button. So this is the how we manipulate our HTML DOM with the JavaScript. Now let's suppose we want to print console.log button dot. So here we will get whatever text content is here. Send. So send came. So this is the feature we can access the whole DOM through this JavaScript. And as I mentioned that this query selector will pick the first button here. Similarly, if you want all the buttons, you can just write query.selector dot query selector all. So this will bring all the buttons. If you go for this also, there is a list of button here. And how to access this button, array of 0, and you got this button, but you have only one button, so it will give in first as 0. It means undefined, so that's why 0. Then if you again click and you want to get the, so you have seen this node list, so don't be confused about this. We will be covering later that what is node list. It is kind of array, so we will be covering that. Now let's see in the action what we can do using this knowledge of JavaScript. We have written constant button equals to document.querySelector button, and then we want to get the, if so currently I want that okay, if I click on send, then I get a kind of alert here like this, alert send success. So this will appear. So alert is used. You have seen this. So this is done by using alert. So this is inbuilt feature of JavaScript, and send comes. Similarly, we want to happen when we click on button. So how we can do that? So I need to explain this. So currently you have a button and it is send. So you want whenever you click, something needs to happen. Now the problem is how you will know that this was clicked and I need to do this. So this how would be done by adding a event listener. So this event listener always listens to this button. So it gets that, okay, this is the element I need to listen. Whenever there will be click, let me know, or just do this action. So this add to listener, this property stucks to this element or any other element, and it's monitored whenever it will be clicked, or whatever for we have monitored this, like hover or anything. Whenever it will be clicked, this will do this action. It will initiate this action. If we write button dot add event listener, and what property we want, we want that, okay, on click I need this to happen, and here we will give the on click we want to happen, on click we want to show the alert. So let's write a function here that alert send success, and we save this. Now the thing is, oh, this will we will be learning about this. Currently, you can just understand this is the way how we define a function, or it could have been like this also, uh, like so alert, and here you have written alert, uh, alert, and here message, and we will call this one. So that was possible, but just you understand that, okay, this is also kind of how we write a function here in JavaScript. So now this is in index.js. So now this is the HTML that we are seeing here, and we need to add, like, we need to link this JavaScript here. So yeah, now we want to include that JavaScript code in this HTML. So we can put src and by path of that. Then differ is used to tell the loading while a browser is loading this JavaScript, that, okay, you can do in parallel, just download this JavaScript in parallel, and otherwise if we make the make this JavaScript load first and after this HTML. Now if we click send, we have send success here. So how this was possible? This is just an import that is common in anything. So here what we have done, we have taken this button and added an event listener. Clicked whenever click was happened, this alert was showing. So now what else we can do here? So we have a contact me form, and we want to see what we are writing here and here. So let's suppose if we do constant as whatever input we are getting equals, again we want from whole document to uh, we want query selector, then we want input. So first we want to check it, okay, am I getting the correct thing or not? Before just doing anything, console.log input, and I want to just write something like test1 for debugging purpose, that, okay, I will know that, okay, this is input was printed and I have test1, because otherwise we will not know that, okay, this is being printed by here. So now I will go here. I didn't ran it here because I want to see here. So where this console will come, it will come here. I need to refresh this, and we have this email and test1 is written. So we are getting this input, but I want all the inputs. So we can do query selector all, and then save. They can refresh. So I am getting a list of this. So now let's see if I write something and then then I will refresh, so it will go away. So what I will do, I want to print when I click this. Okay. Now I have taken all the inputs. I have made some arrangement that okay, whenever I will click on the send button, then only print this. So now I will go and refresh it. Nothing is here. So we will just add some values and click on send. Okay, now there is one problem. When I put anything here and click send, so there is a default behavior that it will refresh the page. So this form data goes away, and what we wanted to see in the console, that also went away. So I need to make it wait there. So that is possible by just passing just by passing e here, that is the event dot prevent default. Yeah, now we have completed this, and let's refresh. We add and this send, so it is here only, and we have our zeroth with so many values to capture. So we will do some filtration by input. Let's pick the first one, dot value, and copy paste. And so in computer science, I hope you know, but let's suppose someone is coming from non CS background. So this is a block. We save something 1, 2, 3 here. It is kept 1, 2, 3. There is some other block. We write something like name, address, or whatever. So we take a block, we write name. We take a block, we type address or age. So we take a block. But let's suppose you want to save array of school names. So you have a array. Array means just, so let's suppose you want to save name. So this is your hard disk and it has so many blocks. So JavaScript comes, it asks for okay, give me one block. It gives a block. You get a block. Address not fully. So its address is given. That machine says that okay, this block is empty. Take this block's address and you whatever you want to store, just store it here. So the name is stored in this block and the address is sent to here. So I can repeat that. Let's suppose this is your storage in your laptop and it has kind of grid, and this is 00, this is 01, this is 02, 03, 04, this is 10, this is 11, 12, kind of fully. Now let's suppose your OS is running Microsoft of like Windows or Mac or Linux. So these blocks are occupied and other are empty. You are running some music or anything. So now this block is empty, this block is empty, and others also. So this manager, the OS maintainer, will know that okay, these blocks are empty. Now your code runs. It needs a storage place to store the name. So it goes here. It asks for that okay, give me a space. It just gives the address of empty block and the name is written at OXWFFP something kind of that okay, this is the address of the block, keep it. So JavaScript said okay, I will save here. I've saved the name, so it will be stored here. Whenever I will need to access this, I will again go to the same address and I will access this. Now let's suppose you need to store a long data. like school 1, school 2, school 3, school 4, school 5, all are like names of schools, and these are like 20. So you go and ask for 20 blocks. So you are assigning that, okay, this is the 20 blocks, you have address to it, and these blocks are this in series, and you get it that, okay, I have a kind of blocks where I will be storing data. So now the thing is, the number starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have named this ARR, so in order to get the first element, you will write ARR big brackets 0 to get the first element. If here it is A, then you will get A. If you write 1, then you will get B. 2, then you will get C. So this starts from 0. Okay. Similarly, the inputs, what are inputs? Here in the form, we have written it as label input. So here you see email input, name input. So I want to have these values printed. I will go here, will do the refresh, I'll put some values, then click send. So I'm getting the same value here. Said okay, this is nice. Now I don't want to just print this. I want to alert that, okay, I okay, here I want to print the name. So I will do comma and name, then again string space, and your email. What is the value of email? Okay, we have not done that. So let's suppose constant name equals uh, this value, whatever. Oh no, it was 1. So name we have, then again email equals input 0th dot value. Now we have name and we have email, and again is registered successfully. So this message needs to be shown. So if I refresh this, I put some value and send. So this comes as hi. Hi. Okay, why the other values didn't come? Okay. So let's say Ravi at the rate gmail.com and Ravi Kumar. So this value came. Okay. Hi Ravi Kumar, your email ravi at the rate gmail.com is registered successfully. So I said okay, it is successful. So this was the manipulation step, how we do DOM manipulation. Now let's suppose we want that, okay, if this value is not filled, then we don't want to just succeed with the registration process. We want to wait. Then how that will happen? So that happens through the conditions. Okay, in order to have these checks that will this be empty or anything, we will be following in the next video. We will be learning how the conditions are applied, and we'll be learning more. So be tuned, just follow this video and complete these codes by yourself. Also you can just do some experiment that, okay, if you want to make any changes in this index .html file and you want some manipulation, or you want to make this clickable, those things you can do to just tweak and those things. If you have any question, please comment below, I will be covering that. So let's see in the next video.